Today I'm going to be reacting to mistakes you didn't notice.
Doesn't have
SML.
movie production quality when it comes to their videos. So there's obviously bound to be hidden mistakes in videos that the average SML fan wouldn't see. And there's actually a lot. Like in SML movie Jeffy's Balloon Company, where we see a small but crucial mistake. In the video, around the 9-minute mark, we see Brooklyn Guy selling balloons to Balloon Boy. And if you pay close attention, when Brooklyn Guy gives the balloons to Balloon Boy, we can actually see a bit of Poopy's nose and head in the video, which typically isn't supposed to happen.
Refunds? No, we don't do refunds. Hold on. Give him this, tell him it'll at least lift his house a few inches, maybe a door or two.
Now, it's always the little details that matter.
Russell
Obviously,
from
Logan doesn't have over-the-top movie-level production, but his videos are still high quality, and he has a good following, so he should still not have these mistakes. In addition to this, we would yet again see Poopy's face in SML movie Mario's Hobo Problem. Around halfway into the video, we would see Mario give Hansel a plumber job, due to Hansel stating in his homeless sign that he was looking for work. But like expected, Hansel would just be really stupid the whole time, and not do anything right. Hansel would straight up drop the plunger into the toilet, and when he would reach to pick it back up, you can yet again see a little bit of Poopy's head and face on the side if you pay close enough attention.
No. You use your hand. No.
Now, both of these Poopy face sightings were pretty small mistakes. However, another little mistake you sure didn't notice is not being subscribed. Come on, what are you doing? Why aren't you subscribed yet? But seriously though, the mistake you for sure didn't notice is an SML movie Black Yoshi Scam, where in the beginning of the video, we would see Mario watching the Meatball channel. And if you listen closely, the channel says that they only air spaghetti and meatballs 24/7.
You're watching the spaghetti and the meatball channel. Nothing but spaghetti and the meatballs 24/7. That does look good.
But literally just a few seconds after this is said, we see a Call of Duty ad come on, which makes no sense, as it implies that it's 24/7. As if it implies that it's 24/7, then there wouldn't be any ads of sort, as most 24-hour channels never have ads.
We'll be back to the spaghetti and the meatballs after this commercial break. What if World War II happened on the moon?
Now, that mistake was definitely brushed off and probably never noticed by most fans. And the same can be said for the small but important mistake we see in SML movie Shrek the Babysitter. Around the middle of the video, Junior and Jeffy were hungry, so they decide to eat Shrek's cheesecake. However, Shrek is able to sense that his cheesecake is being eaten, so Bro would do the most logical thing ever and break down the bathroom door while he was taking a dump to see who was eating it.
It couldn't be my cheesecake. My cheesecake!
But here's where it gets interesting. Later towards the end of the video, we would find out that Shrek locked Jeffy and Junior in the smelly bathroom as a punishment for misbehaving.
Well, what'd you do with them?
I put him in timeout.
However, if you noticed, Shrek literally knocked down the door earlier, so this meant that Shrek would have to end up putting the door fully back up, which means drilling in the nails and having someone else most likely hold up the door while he did it. And before this, he was chasing Junior and Jeffy down trying to find them. So overall, this made no sense, hence why it's a mistake. Now, the super key mistake made in SML movie Jeffy the Judge is a lot more weird, and makes the SML universe even weirder. In the video, we saw Judge Jeffy taking care of multiple court cases, and one of them would end up being Hansel, due to him peeing on the courthouse. However, upon him arriving at the courthouse, he claims an alien took his right ear.
Okay, Your Honor, our next case is this homeless guy I found outside peeing on the courthouse, so that's public urination.
Aliens took my right ear.
But this wouldn't actually be true. In fact, it was actually Junior who bit his ear off. As in SML movie Cody's Curse, we see Junior as a pig literally bite Hansel's ear off after kidnapping him.
Alright, so we're in the privacy of our own home, so now we can eat them.
Okay, Junior.
Yeah, but they're different videos, bro. The context is
I'm gonna try his ear this time.
Ow, my ear.
Oh, it's so gross!
Oh my god, Junior, you ripped his ear off!
Now clearly, this was an obvious mistake by Logan and the crew, and they likely never noticed. However, in SML terms, we can argue that Hansel was most likely going crazy, as we know that he isn't all there in the head. But one mistake that makes absolutely zero sense is in SML movie, Junior goes to Legoland. In the video, we see Junior literally blackmail Penelope and threaten to reveal her biggest secret if she doesn't cover for Junior, Joseph, and Cody in class. And obviously, she would agree. However, towards the beginning of the classroom scene, we see Jackie Chu taking attendance. And if you look closely, Bully was not there.
Yeah, dude, I'm here.
Okay, Junior, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, and Cody's mom is a fat pig.
Now, at first, most of you probably just assumed that Poopy wasn't there when they filmed the scenes at the SML house, or Bully was just flat out absent. But no, just a minute later, we would see Bully go up to the Cody paper printout and rip it.
Alright, that's it. I'm gonna beat you up. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! I ripped his head off! Oh god! What did I do? I killed him! Oh!
This was clearly a mistake. However, Bully could have possibly just arrived late and it wasn't captured on camera. However, this was simply a mistake made by Logan and just causes the video to make no sense if you paid good attention. But the line that Junior said in SML movie The Fishing Trip makes absolutely zero sense too.
Now, in this video, Bowser wants to spend some quality time with his son for the first time in his life.
So he would decide to take Junior on a fishing trip and invite Mario and Jeffy to join them. However, when they all get there, Junior asks what Mario and that guy are doing here, basically saying that he didn't know who Jeffy was.
Just me and you, no Chef Pee-Pee, no friends, nothing like that.
But what's that Mario and that guy doing here?
Don't worry about them.
But this right here makes no sense, as around the time this video was filmed and uploaded, Junior already knew who Jeffy was, as he met him in SML Movie Game Night 3, and played with him in SML Movie Playtime 4. Now, the only possible solution to this would be that this video isn't canon to the rest, but that argument would make no sense, as the video doesn't really have anything special or different to it. So overall, this was just a twisted memory mistake from Logan. On the other hand, let's return to smaller mistakes. And we see a very small mistake in SML Movie Junior's broccoli problem. In this video, we see Chef Pee-Pee feed Junior some broccoli, and Junior wouldn't like that at all. So he would try to figure out what to do with it, and eventually he decides to flush broccoli down the toilet. Now, here's where the mistake starts. When Junior pours it into the toilet, the broccoli mostly isn't in full pieces, and is mostly chopped up.
Okay, all that in there? Oh, yeah, that's gross. Okay, flush it.
But once the broccoli reaches the sewers, the alligators end up being in there and start eating it.
Hungry! Hungry! Oh, what? Nom 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 nom. Oh, more!
However, if you didn't already notice, the broccoli is in full pieces, when Junior never actually flushed the full pieces, which in general just makes no sense yet again, and the crew probably didn't put enough detail into that scene. And that would be real crucial in SML Movie Jeffy's Forest Fire. In this video, we see Junior, Jeffy, and their friends launch a firework in the forest.
You could have just Joseph and Cody. There's just two other people. Why do you have to say and their friends?
It was a forest fire because of this.
Or you could have said the Skeeter
Boys. Cover this. And during the news segment, if you look closely enough at the caption on the bottom, Logan actually misspelled forest and was written as forest.
Forest.
Breaking news, okay? A forest fire is currently burning the forest. The cause is unknown.
Even though he wrote it twice, so he should have easily caught that.
However, a more complex mistake that wasn't acknowledged as much was in SML Movie Jeffy's New Dad. In this video, Marvin ended up needing to use the restroom while he was at the park with Jeffy.
Mario.
So Marvin feels that it's responsible to go pee in a bush at the park. And like expected, a kid would be in there and would see Marvin with his hog out.
Oh, why are you calling him Marvin? He wasn't Marvin at that time.
What? Wiener! This guy's got his wiener out. He's trying to pee on me.
This would obviously get him on the offender registry. However, this is where the mistake kicks in, as Mario was supposed to already be an offender, as he would already be registered as one in SML Movie Jeffy's Bad Word.
What's up, child beater?
I'm out on bail. And I'm also a registered sex offender for some reason.
Now, in most SML videos, a lot of these types of events stay canon. However, Logan most likely just forgot, as this video was indeed canon to the SML universe. However, random civilians in SML also make mistakes too. As in SML movie Junior Goes to the Fair, we see Junior playing this game at the fair, and according to the booth worker, if you win the game, you're able to choose any prize that you want.
What do I have to do, mister?
Well, you gotta pop 2 out of 3 and you can pick which one you want.
Oh, okay, I'll pop 2 out of 3, okay.
After this, Junior would proceed to win the game. However, the mistake of this video is that the booth worker did not let Junior choose his prize, and just gave him a random one instead of the pig that Junior wanted.
Alright, great, good job. You actually won something. What? There you go, you want a
I want a penguin, Chef Pee-Pee!
Now, this mistake was more of a weird one, as the guy clearly said that he could choose the prize, but didn't let Junior do that, so it's honestly unknown why he didn't let him choose. But this mistake still made the scene just a bit off. But these mistakes take a really weird turn in SML movie Jeffy's voice problem. The video kicks off with Jeffy having a helium tank, and he would start wanting to inflate some balloons, so he would go to look for some in Marvin's room, and he would find a super weird tool under Marvin's bed, and Jeffy would confuse it for a balloon.
Here you go, Daddy. Here's the first balloon.
Well, Jeffy, what is that?
It's a balloon.
Where'd you get it at?
Underneath your bed.
Let go of it!
Why?
It's a gross balloon, Jeffy.
Now, around 3 minutes later, we would see the dirty balloon Jeffy inflated randomly float around behind the red couch, which definitely wasn't supposed to happen.
Hey, Daddy.
Oh, I can tell you're still sucking helium, Jeffy.
Yeah, Daddy, I'm sucking
The
it
real
like
thing is, why did Logan own that? Is that...
girl
Never
on the
mind.
street corner that you told me about last Friday night.
What?
This mistake was for sure unintended, without a doubt, as earlier they did just throw the balloon up in the air, so we can't really blame anyone for this. However, a mistake that Logan can have the blame for is seen in SML movie Jeffy Goes to Disney World. In this video, we see a school scene, and Bully Bill is there like usual, but some things are off
he
throughout the
disappears.
scene, starting with the fact that Bully moved while not even being voiced.
You have hand sanitizer!
No, shut up, Junior.
Wait, you have hand sanitizer?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You have hand sanitizer. Everybody, he has hand sanitizer.
But this would make a bit of sense with context. Bully
He's
Bill
just
wasn't
looking.
talking at the time due to Poopy voicing Cody. However, there's still more. If you notice, Elena is the one moving Bully Bill, as you can literally see her whole face under the desk, which typically isn't supposed to be seen in SML school scenes. So it's safe to say that Logan messed up this scene pretty bad. But now, backtracking a few years, we see Logan mess up again. But this time, it isn't crazy or even noticeable. Mistake is in SML movie Chef Poo Poo's kitchen disaster. In the video, we see Chef Pee Pee accidentally cut his hand off, so he would get his crazy twin Chef Poo Poo to sub in for him when he goes to the hospital. However, upon Chef Pee Pee returning from the hospital, he mentions how they only gave him a band-aid for the cut. But this is where the mistakes roll in. You see, Logan put the band-aid on Chef Pee Pee's left arm, when he initially cut his right arm.
Oh, I can't believe all they could do is give me a band-aid. Are you serious? Hopefully Poo Poo got the cupcakes out the oven.
But in spite of that, this isn't the only mistake in this video. And the next one is a smaller one. And that is that Chef Poo Poo never had a hat on, where in the thumbnail, he clearly has a hat on. And you can tell that they use Chef Poo Poo for the PNG, as his mustache is thicker than Chef Pee Pee's puppet mustache. And even in the first appearance of Chef Poo Poo, he also didn't even have a hat on, which just causes the PNG to make zero sense. But we aren't finished with double mistakes in one SML video, because the time machine provides us with two crucial mistakes made by Logan and the crew. In the first mistake, we see Cody showing off his ID in the video. However, if you pay close attention, you would notice that Cody has Junior's address on his ID, even though Cody doesn't live there, and he's just a frequent visitor.
Yep, you're 11. Go on in.
Here's mine.
Let's see. Ooh, no, sorry, kid. It says right here you're 3 years old.
But no, I'm not. I'm 12.
Now, Logan would most likely put his address on there as it was already leaked. and he didn't want to put another one. However, Logan could have easily made up one for the ID. Now, for the second mistake, we see Junior and Cody traveling back all the way to 2008, when Judith was having Cody, and Junior, for some reason, tells Brooklyn Guy that a patient has a coronavirus, and Brooklyn Guy acted clueless.
Oh, I have no idea.
Doctor, it's an emergency. We need you in the emergency room. Stat.
Well, he's supposed to. It's a time machine. Oh no, I remember. It's because there was another version of it.
Someone has coronavirus.
But what is that?
I forgot. It's 2008.
However, this was a mistake because a coronavirus variant actually did exist a while ago, dating all the way back to 2002, which was called SARS-CoV-1. And this was a very severe virus, so Brooklyn Guy, as a doctor, should have known of this, especially since Junior didn't specify which COVID it was. So this was a pretty hidden yet interesting mistake. But one mistake that completely ruins the point of a character for a video is showcased in SML movie It. In this video, we see Brooklyn Guy say booger 3 times in a row under 30 seconds, which, as we know, booger has to spawn in if Brooklyn Guy does this, and he just for some reason didn't spawn this time around.
Come here, you damn booger. Gotta get that damn booger out of there. What? Oh, we're live. Well.
But he's saying words in between. Doesn't he have to say it like back to back?
Yeah, I was picking my nose. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get that booger out of there, you know?
Now, this mistake was most likely caused due to Logan forgetting yet again, as he always has a lot of focus on while filming. However, so far, we haven't actually seen any actual editing mistakes in these entries. But this changes with SML movie Junior Goes to Disney World Part 2. In the video, around the 21-minute mark, we can see a scene cut out. Then, once the next scene comes, you can actually hear Logan say go. And as we all know, he says this before he films every scene.
It was pretty bad. They took our picture shot, baby. We need to find them. There's our picture shot, baby. Buy it. Who's those black people?
Now, Logan most likely forgot to cut this out, and it's really not a huge deal, as he most likely didn't notice. But one editing
Why did he record him saying go? Why didn't he say go and then start filming?
That Logan didn't notice, which honestly comes as a surprise, was an SML movie.
Maybe just so it doesn't get delayed.
Friday. In this video, we see Jeffy being stupid like usual, and he would end up smashing a turkey that Mario was making for Goodman with an axe. However, the weird thing about this scene is that you can see a weird green effect under the fly for a second. Now, if you paid close enough attention, you've definitely noticed this, and it most likely happened due to the green screen effect malfunctioning. And either Logan didn't notice this during editing, or he did notice and didn't want to refilm the scene, but this would be an editing mistake, so he just probably didn't notice during editing. I don't know. But what about the time Tyrone and Black Yoshi's friendship was completely messed up by Logan, and he made this mistake in SML movie Black Yoshi's Blank Check. The video shows Black Yoshi getting a blank check, so obviously Black Yoshi filled it out and put $1 million on it, and this would cause him to gain a gold digger girlfriend, along with a new friend Black Yoshi gained, who was Tyrone. And according to Tyrone, him and Black Yoshi were only friends for 5 minutes.
What? New best? Who are you?
Oh, I'm Tyrone.
What?
I'm his best friend.
What? How long have you known him?
About 5 minutes, but you know, we best friends. He gave me $10,000, so I'm gonna be by his side forever.
However, this statement by Tyrone is fully wrong, as he and Black Yoshi have actually been friends dating all the way back to 2014, as seen in SML movie Mario the Gangster, and Black Yoshi refers to him as Pookie. Along with that, Black Yoshi confirms that he is his friend.
Alright, so check it out. My drug dealer slash friend Pookie done got himself arrested, right? He was selling drugs outside our house.
Now, this mistake was likely caused for a reason we've seen multiple times already, which is Logan just straight up forgetting the storylines in his past videos. However, our next video has a lot of mistakes, which is SML movie Jeffy's 18th
he pointed out the mistakes in this video. See if he's either gonna mention the video Logan made on them, or he might even just find
the first mistake we see is by far the funniest of the video, which is that during the beginning of the video, you can notice that the free candy van is not registered.
Yeah, and they explained because police They got pulled over, and
which means that it doesn't have a license plate.
because they were just
However,
gonna blow it
at
up,
the end
so
of
they
the
didn't want to
video,
bother.
It did have a license plate, which means that Screwball had to go get it registered before the big chase. Well, Marvin was kidnapped, but in reality, this mistake was caused due to Logan actually having to register the van because his neighbors were calling the cops on him, claiming that he was actually going to kidnap kids.
When we spray painted free candy on the side of the van, we drove it around my neighborhood multiple times. And my neighbors, who hate me, they called the cops on me. They said that I was trying to abduct kids, and they said that they have kids and it's scaring them. So the cops showed up to my house, and the cop talked to me and told me to register it.
Honestly, this mistake was super funny, but also dumb on the neighbor's end, as nobody actually uses a free candy van to kidnap kids, especially nowadays. But one really weird mistake in the video was at the end, when Screwball claims that he survived due to jumping out of the van, and it even shows a flashback of him jumping out.
Jimmy, no! Jimmy! Gunshots! I'm out of here!
Now this flashback makes zero sense when you pay close attention, as if you look closely right before the van explodes, you can see that Screwball's in it, and you never actually see him jump out. Then the van explodes.
I mean, you
right
never
after,
see Jeffy jump out, and apparently Jeffy's also
which causes
alive,
everything to not add up. Now, the mistakes that we've went over so far in this video were mistakes that Logan never really looked into that much and didn't mind. However, one mistake Logan genuinely messed up was in one of the Nancy phone call scenes. You see, in almost every phone call in the video, you can see Nancy inside the van, but one phone call scene in specific with Brooklyn Guy is very
on the
different.
couch.
In this scene, you can see that Nancy is super close to the camera for some reason.
Hello? Hey there, ma'am. I just wanted to let you know that this is the police and you're going to jail.
It's because they filmed this one after they already blew up the van.
Say hi, Simmons.
Hi, Simmons.
This would be because Logan messed up and actually forgot to record this scene. So he had to improvise, and he recorded this in a room with a black screen. And at 28:05, you can even see the black screen under her arm instead of the van. Clearly, Logan messed up badly on this, but most fans probably never noticed. Another really small thing that Logan himself pointed out was in the beginning of the video, where we see Nancy escape from prison by digging underground. This would cause the alarm
she's underground, but you can still see the lights
to go off. And right after this happens, we see a scene of Nancy running underground while the alarm is going off.
She's underground.
Now,
the
to
light
most
won't
of
be
you,
visible.
this may seem like a fully normal scene with no mistakes, but there's actually a pretty big one if you pay close enough attention. Logan would mention how it was possible for Nancy to have the red light shining on her when she was underground and the alarm was on the surface.
The red alarm's going off inside the prison. But if she dug under the prison,
she shouldn't be anywhere near the light.
Why would the red light be on her?
She dug out into the hallway?
Now, Logan would actually notice this while watching it one last time before uploading, and he even noticed that it made zero sense. But in this video, there would also be camera and recording issues, as in the scene where Nancy meets Screwball and starts teaming up with him, you can see a weird white effect on the top right of the video, and according to Logan, that mistake may have been caused due to the sun.
Big boy. So if you notice, it's just this big white annoying glare the whole scene. It went away because I got closer. But like, if you notice, it keeps coming back.
You can't help that because of the sun.
Yeah, the sun did that.
However, this mistake right here is a really good example of why Logan hates filming outside at times, and shows how much of a negative impact the sun can have on videos. Another mistake Logan didn't notice while filming was during the chase scene, where you're able to see Brooklyn Guy, Simmons, and Marvin in a cop car. However, if you check the left side rearview mirror, you can actually see Zach the whole entire time during the scene, which means that other people were meeting up and hanging out in that same field in the SML universe while all of this madness was happening.
I think that's Zach driving. Zach's the guy who blew up the van for us, but Zach is in clear view of the rearview mirror. So literally the whole thing. He's just standing there. So I guess there was more people in this field meeting up at the time.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole thing going on, but there's people in the background.
Now, according to Logan, this mistake could have been easily avoided if he simply told everybody to get out of the way before filming the scene.
This mistake could have been avoided, just like the guy in the side view mirror, if I would have said, everyone move out of the way, but I guess wasn't paying attention.
Now, those were all mistakes from Jeffy's 18th birthday. However, we see a mistake that made absolutely zero sense in SML movie Bowser Goes to the Movies. In this video, we see Bowser watching the Charlie and Friends movie, and in one of the scenes, we see Charlie going to the gas station to get a slushie. However, he would claim that there were no cups, so bro just drank out of the slushie machine using his mouth.
Boy, am I thirsty. But there's no cup.
I'm looking at cups.
You know what that means.
If you look a bit closer, you can see that there are cups at the gas station behind Charlie that he could have easily grabbed. But maybe Charlie just didn't have any money, so he lied about there being no cups, so he can simply drink out of the machine. This mistake is pretty weird when it comes to the fact that we actually can't know if Logan noticed this or not, as he may have actually never noticed that there were more cups. Or maybe he did, but he wanted Charlie to drink out of the machine on purpose. However, we'll probably never find out. But the next mistake in SML movie Chef Pee Pee Quits Part 3 is a super odd one. Now, in this video, we see Officer Goodman fire Chef Pee Pee from being a cop after he tased Bowser at the end of the scene. Chef Pee Pee would walk away and say, "I hate my life." And for a split second, you see Goodman's mouth moving.
First split second? That did not make any sense. How was that first split second? What?
Just get out, you're fired. I can handle this by myself.
You know what? I don't even need this job anymore. I hate my life anyway. Oh man, I need a job.
Now, this may have actually been a deleted scene that Logan cut off of the video, as you can even see Goodman's hand move up like he was yelling something at Chef Pee Pee. But Logan nor anyone else in the crew ever talked about this deleted scene. But Logan also most likely did not mention the mistake made in one of the most recent SML movies, Elf. In this video, we see a parody of the iconic Christmas movie Elf. And in the beginning, we see the way Buddy the Elf ended up in the North Pole. And in the SML universe, he was Marvin's kid, and he crawled into Santa's bag in the SML house.
Which is actually Anthony's kid.
Crawled into his bag and stowed away.
But what's weird about all of this is that this event happened over 19 years ago, as Marvin confirmed later in the video that he hooked up with Christy Boner 20 years ago and had Buddy. Now, here's where it gets good. 19 years ago, Marvin didn't live in the current SML house, and actually lived in the classic house, which was Logan's mom's house. And Mario and Marvin have been confirmed to be the same person multiple times. So realistically, this scene shouldn't have taken place in Logan's filming house, and instead should have taken place at Logan's mom's house, so it would make more sense. But funnily enough, the second SML video posted after the Elf parody would feature a similar mistake.
I mean,
in
who? That's when he's mentioning it. They didn't show him doing that.
Movie 3 Christmases, we would see Brooklyn Guy around the end of the video telling Marvin about how he took the house stove in SML movie Junior Sells Thomas and traded it for a toy train set.
Where did the stove go?
Oh, I took it. Sorry about that.
What, you took it?
Yeah, I traded it for a train set, so it's mine now.
A train set?
Mm-hmm, yeah, it was a whole thing.
Is that the train set?
Oh yeah, there it is.
But this wouldn't really be true, as earlier in the video, we see a scene in Brooklyn Guy's house, and he and Karen did not have Chef Pee Pee's stove in their kitchen, and it was different. We know this because the trim below all the buttons on the SML stove is gray, but Brooklyn Guy and Karen's stove has black trim on it. So unless bro sold the stove, or has it in storage somewhere, this mistake in the video causes this incident in the SML universe to make zero sense.
Okay, no outro. Bro, just stop the video there. Okay, so that's gonna be the end of the video. Bye, guys.